Hey guys, it's Anna from Montana, your rancher. I am so excited to tell you about our deposits that are opening tomorrow morning. That's Wednesday, February 25th at 6 a.m. Mountain Time. So be sure to mark your calendars, set your alarms. Tomorrow morning is our go live time. We are officially opening deposits for our signature light grain finish cattle. And I'm going to go through several different frequently asked questions today so that you guys can go to bed with all of your questions answered and be ready to rock and roll when 6 a.m. tomorrow morning hits. Before we get into the questions, I just wanted to share a little bit more about this group of cattle that are a part of our light grain finish for you guys. It has been over a year since we have released our light grain finish, so it's been a long time coming. This feels really exciting for us to be able to offer you guys another batch. These animals, it takes a long time to get to this point. They're 2 to 2.5 years old when they get to this point of being ready for harvest. So that's a long time. That's a lot of time and effort that me and my family puts into getting them ready for this. And the benefits of that are certainly felt in what you guys are going to receive and be able to feed to your family. Our light grain finish is as clean and as pure as we can offer you with having that grain implemented. It's actually the way that my grandpa taught us how to finish cattle, and my grandpa was an incredible cattleman and also a butcher. So grandpa knew what was going on with finishing cattle. We do a light grain ration, and they're out on pasture their entire lives. So there's no feedlot setting. They're still out in big open spaces. They're grazing grasses. They're supplemented with hay in the wintertime when we're covered in snow. We grow all of our own hay here at the ranch, and then we supplement them with a light grain ration. And all of our grain is corn free, soy free, and GMO free. So you guys can still feel really good about, what the animals ate and in turn what you're feeding to yourself and your family. Um, my mom did most of the graining of this group of cows, and they are incredible. They're the sweetest set of steers. Mom is the sweetest, gentlest little soul. If you haven't met her, I hope that you get to meet her someday because she is the best. Definitely my hero, and she helps me with everything I do. So, Mambo has her signature touch on this, and um, she told me the other day, she's like, I still really miss this group of cows. This is a bittersweet thing for us. We pour so much love and effort into these animals that when harvest time comes, it's a sad day for us, and it takes a lot of time to kind of bounce back from that because they're part of our morning and evening and mid-morning routine between graining them morning and evening and then feeding them their hay and chopping the water this time of year. All of that. We spend a lot of time with them. So um, the fruit of that love will be passed on to you. And thank you again for choosing us as your ranchers. It means the world, and it keeps us ticking. All of the hard work that we put in is so well worth our time and effort because we know how much it means to you. Let's see. They are a 3-week dry age, which is really cool because that 3-week dry age, it just enhances the tenderness of the meat. And you're going to have great tenderness, great flavor, great color profile. I cannot wait to see them. We actually have not picked them up from the butcher yet, but we will be next week. So it's coming up very soon. You guys are getting the freshest beef possible. They are just getting home from the butcher, and then we're going to be packaging all of your orders and getting the shipped straight to you guys. So there's no fresher meat that you could get, which is also really cool. Okay, some of the most frequently asked questions. You guys are going to ask things like, how big are the bundle sizes? And when we're talking bulk beef, I consider that our eighth of a beef, quarter, half, and whole. And the pounds of each of those, we start at 50 pounds for an eighth, 100 pounds for a quarter, 200 pounds for a half, and 400 pounds for a whole beef, which is a lot of beef. So you might be asking, like, what kind of cuts do I get in each one of those bundles? And that is the awesome thing about buying bulk beef, is that you get to truly enjoy nose to tail eating. You're going to get a variety of all of the different cuts that come off of that animal. And we're also going to include some organ meat for you and also bones. And the bones are incredible. You can use them to make bone broth. If you get one of the marrow bones and you're into making marrow butter, that is a total treat. Or if you have a baby in your house, a whipped marrow butter is really good for babies. I'll never forget, one of my beef customers said the first night her baby slept the whole night through was after she had fed some of our bone marrow to it. So, yes, it is like magic. And there's only 4 of those marrow bones off every animal. So, it's kind of a real treat to get some of those. The variety of cuts. So you're going to get ground beef. Every family loves ground beef, right? Like that's my go to staple. I pretty much always have a package of ground beef thawing in the fridge at any given moment. I use it almost every single day. You're going to get plenty of ground beef, and you're also going to get a variety of steaks. And then what I call the savory cuts or the low and slow cuts, those are things like your roasts, your ribs, your stew meat, anything that is best when it's cooked low and slow, and those are staples in the kitchen. Whenever I'm feeding a group of people, I pull a roast out because I can make anything with it. Literally, last night we had a family over and we tried the Korean beef recipe that I shared earlier this week in an email that a customer just sent to us, and it was money. It was so good. We did ours over a bed of rice, and we had asparagus on the side and black beans on the side, and it was really, really good. So, anyways, we have leftovers from that we're going to have later, probably tonight, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. But the variety of cuts that you get is so nice because it's going to stretch you. You're going to get new cuts that you probably haven't had before, or maybe you're not super familiar with how to cook. But that's the fun part because now you're going to try new recipes and you're going to learn new things and you're going to get new favorites. And it is the best feeling to have a freezer stocked with all of these cuts. And obviously, the more you buy, the more cuts you have. So, like if you get an eighth of a beef, you aren't necessarily going to get every single cut that comes off that animal because there aren't necessarily 8 of every cut that comes off the animal. Like a brisket, for example, there's only one brisket on each animal. That's the neck, chest part of the animal. We do half briskets. We cut all of ours in halves. That's what our customers have told us they prefer. So 2 people will get brisket off of one whole animal. Um, there's other cuts like your flank steaks, your skirt steaks. There's not enough of those for everybody that gets an eighth of a beef to get some of those. So if you truly want every single cut off an animal, you have to get a whole beef. But if you aren't needing that many pounds of meat and you're just getting the eighth of a beef, which is a very popular bundle, you're still going to get a great variety of cuts. And it's going to include the primo steaks that you're going to want to like just forego the steakhouse, stay at home, cook yourself a steak. That is going to be the best steak you can have. So we do our primo steaks, and I consider the primos, those are like your fillets, your ribeyes, your New Yorks, your porterhouses, your T-bones. Those are all 1.5 inches thick and they are delicious. They're cut really well. I'm really happy with how the butcher's been cutting those. And they're like, you know, invite your special friends over for a special steak night dinner and cook at home because it'll be better than going out to a restaurant. So you're going to get those included in your bundle as well. Now, okay, I'm going to stop rattling, but you're probably wondering like how many I'm scrolling to my notes because I do not remember this offhand, but like how many meals would you get from an eighth of a beef, which is again 50 pounds? And it depends on how many people are in your family and how you guys portion your meals out. But anywhere from 45 to 55 meals will come out of 50 pounds. And that breaks down to like $4 per plate. And that's pretty darn good, you guys. I mean, think about when you pull through the McDonald's drive through, it's like $12, maybe $14 for some of those meals now. And think about the quality that you're going to get by being able to have your own freezer supply of beef and not have to go out and hit the fast food line. So you can cook at home. They're going to be very reasonable prices for you guys to be able to do your cooking at home and skip the fast food line. I will also say that that $4 per plate, that also includes like your really nice steaks in that $4 average. So if you're getting to sit down to a New York steak or a T-bone steak or a tenderloin steak for $4 a plate, that, my friend, is the ultimate treat. So yes, um, keep in mind that we are having to do a price increase that's going to take effect 3 days after deposits open. So we're giving you a 3-day window to stock your freezer before we increase prices. And I hope that you're able to jump in and buy that because I hate raising prices. I didn't want to do that. We haven't raised prices in a really long time. But the bottom line is, like, we can't keep doing this if we're not making any money, right? And the cattle market is at an all-time high. I technically buy all of the animals from mom and dad, so I don't get the benefit of like lower costs from raising your own cattle. I still buy the animals at market price, and cattle prices are through the roof right now. I mean, through the roof, literally highest they've ever been, and they continue to rise. So, um, that's a huge cost. And then the other big one is the butcher. And frankly, shipping is really expensive too, you guys. I love being able to ship all across the country. It's really fun to be able to connect with people from coast to coast. And I'm honored that we can do that. But it's really expensive to ship everywhere. So here's what we did with our shipping prices. We ship anywhere in Montana for free. And I love being able to do that for my Montanans. I wish I could do it for everybody. Montana's free. If I can reach you via ground shipment and know that I can get you frozen product via ground shipment, I'll only charge you $1 per pound to ship it. I kind of, on my website, there's a drop down. You can see which states are in ground versus express, and you can also figure that out when you get to your cart and the shipping is applied once you put your address in. But yeah, if I can reach you via ground shipping, it's $1 per pound. And if I have to send it express to get you a frozen product, it's $3 per pound. And I know that sounds like a lot, and it is. This is a big investment. All of this is a big investment, and I get that. But also, I still eat a big portion of that shipping cost. It is like bananas to send um, boxes of frozen meat across the country. Because each box, think about it, it's 50 pounds of meat. I usually put some free things on top of that. So this time you're going to get, if you order in the first 3 days, you're going to get 10 pounds of free burger. That feels like a really big honor that I can do that for you. It doesn't really make sense when I look at the numbers, but I did that from my heart because sometimes I like to operate from my heart instead of from my business brain. I know, not the best business decision, but whatever. I love you guys, and I want to send you 10 extra free pounds of burger with your bulk beef order in the first 3 days. So, order in the first 3 days. You're not going to have the price increase applied yet, and you're also going to get 10 pounds of free burger from me. So, back to my first train of thought. 50 pounds of meat and an eighth of a beef, right? And then I put 10 pounds of burger on top of that. We're at 60 pounds, and it's like 6 pounds for the box and the shipping liner. So we're already at 66 pounds. This bad boy's going to weigh 66 to 70 pounds by the time it gets shipped across the country. It's expensive to do that. So, yeah, just please bear with me on the shipping costs. I know that is a big, huge bummer, but I appreciate you guys being understanding about that. So that was like for an eighth of a beef, right? 50 pounds and an eighth of a beef. The exact breakout of that is 20 pounds of ground beef. You get 13 pounds of steaks, and you get 2 pounds of organ meat, and you get 15 pounds of the savory cuts. So you're going to get a really nice variety of meat. you're going to get a really nice variety of meat in that. And then just multiply that. So if you're getting a quarter beef, it's all of that times 2. If you're getting a half a beef, it's all of that times 4. If you're getting a whole beef, it's all of that times 8. And we did put together charts. So in the email that you clicked to watch this video in, if you scroll down, we've got charts in there of how many pounds of meat you might want to feed your family size, depending on how many people are in your family, and also how many times a week you usually eat beef. And then we also have another chart that shows you how much freezer space you're going to need for each of those options. So I'm looking at my list of what other questions I wanted to address with you guys. Okay, deposits. You guys have the choice to just place a deposit tomorrow morning, or you can make full payment tomorrow morning. If you make full payment, it's going to save you some money. I set it up so that you save anywhere like 30 to 35 bucks if you make full payment tomorrow morning. And that's obviously the best way to go. 30 bucks, that gets you whatever you want to do with it, like several coffees or put it in your kids' piggy bank, whatever. So if you do choose to still make deposit rather than full payment tomorrow, that's totally fine too. I will just send you an invoice before your beef ships out so you can pay the rest of that before I ship it out to you. And we're going to be starting fulfillment the week of March 23rd. So your orders are going to start arriving to you that week. As we get closer to that, I will be in touch with you directly to let you know exactly which day it's scheduled to arrive and make sure that that works for you and your schedule. First come, first serve. So get your orders in soon so I can get you your beef first. If for any reason you are not going to be home that week of March 23rd, we can hold your order. We'll ship it to you later. We can totally do that. I know I've already had some customers reaching out that they're going to still be on vacation. Can I hold it? Yes, absolutely. We're happy to accommodate that. Kind of an idea of how long they will last. Just look at those charts in the email that I mentioned so you guys can double check based on your family size and what option you're looking at buying to get a sense of how many months this bulk beef bundle is going to last you. And we went through shipping, freezer space. So what happens next? I am going to stop rambling. This is over 18 minutes already. You just get off this video and set the alarm on your phone for 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We're going live. This is a small batch of cattle, and I do not want you guys to miss out. They are going to go fast. I've had all kinds of customers emailing me. I've been trying to keep up on responding to those messages. Thank you guys for your patience. And I'm honored. My whole family's honored. Every time you guys send me a message of your gratitude or your kind words, all of the nice things that you guys say, you're really nice. You're good people. There's so many good people left in this world. But I always share your feedback with DJ and with my parents, and we're so grateful. You guys are awesome. You make this so much fun, and it's so worth it to keep working hard to do this for you guys. So thank you. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow morning.